Hi, I'm David Dunn. This is my wife, Christine. We've been married for 39 years, have raised 3 grown children, and have been blessed with 8 beautiful grandchildren. Today, we'd like to share with you our thoughts about intentional families, tenet number 7, active listening and open and honest communication. Good communication skills are essential as a husband and wife develop their relationship. It's particularly important as your family grows and the children begin to observe how their parents communicate together. If they see good listening skills and good conversations, they're going to reflect that back to you as they grow older. Christine, can you tell us an example where Matthew, our son, brought his concerns to us when he was young?
When Matthew was about 10 years old, he came to us one night and shared that he was feeling like he was doing too many extracurricular activities. At that time, he was probably doing 3 sports: soccer, basketball, and his true love, baseball, CCE classes, Odyssey of the Mind, and Cub Scouts. He was feeling a little bit overwhelmed. All of this was in addition to his regular schoolwork. Does this sound like your children? We listened to him without judgment, and we started problem solving with him. We let him know right up front that dropping out of CCE was non-negotiable. He shared with us that for him, baseball was an absolute. So we let him decide how many and which activities he wanted to continue. As a result of this conversation, we had conversations with our other 3 children setting some boundaries, one of which was they could only be involved in 2 out of 3 sports seasons. Getting 3 children into the games and all the practices was really becoming a challenge, and it was really impacting our ability to gather together as a family for dinner. Fast forward 25 years. Our son Matthew is now 34, and he continues to be able to come to us sharing his needs and those of his family. His family now includes 2 children, and he asked us to commit to regularly visiting them in Dallas so that we could develop a relationship with his children. They come and visit us frequently as well.
Now, Matthew's wife, Molly, has developed breast cancer and is undergoing chemotherapy. When she was first diagnosed, Matthew came to us, explained the situation, and asked that we provide some support to them on the weeks that Molly is undergoing chemo because she's sick and tired and nauseous. They also approached Molly's family and asked for their support too, and also local friends, especially on the weeks intervening between the chemotherapy because there are so many doctor's appointments. We firmly believe that if we had not been open and sensitive to Matthew's needs when he was young, he would not have been as willing to come to us as an adult to ask for our help. Our society sends strong signals, particularly to young men, to be self-sufficient and independent. By our being open and willing to listen to him when he was young, he was able to come to us and ask for help as an adult.
We were reflecting on this recently, and we think the reason Matthew felt so comfortable coming to us was due to 2 things. One is that we had a habit of taking turns among the 5 of us, praying spontaneously as we blessed the food at dinner. This allowed the children to share their concerns and their needs with God, and by extension with the rest of the family. The other one is we always read them bedtime stories at night. Matthew knew he would have a natural opportunity to have a conversation about his concerns because we always had this time together, listening and talking every evening. We encourage you to develop family habits that will allow for more open and honest communication in your family. One resource that's available in our parish library is this book by Jim Shields, titled The Family Board Meeting. The subtitle is You Have 18 Summers to Create Lasting Connections with Your Children.
It's actually not that difficult. My first clue is be quiet. Make eye contact. If you can't make eye contact, be quiet and nod your head or go, mm-hmm. It's great to just acknowledge that you're listening to them and you're focused on what they're doing. It doesn't work so well when you're watching television or they're on their phone. But if you can get those quiet times, it works really well.
Now, one thing we found when the kids were teenagers was we often had some of our best conversations in the car, And I think partly it's because when you're not making direct eye contact, it's less intimidating for the kids, and sometimes they'll open up and share more when you're sitting side by side. I think another thing is when everyone's emotions are really high. I don't think anyone's able to actually hear each other when you're super angry or super upset or super sad. And so sometimes you might have to just take a breath and make a commitment to get together at a time when you're both more calm and you can talk about something. It's never too late, even if your children are older. So we encourage you to think about the habits you already have or ones you might want to adopt to strengthen relationships with your children.
And while you're at it, spend some time with your Father in heaven in prayer as a family. You'll be amazed at how your children will grow as they witness your faith and devotion to God.